Okay, so since I started, or I did the Harry Potter video yesterday, or today, the other day, whenever, I wanted to expand on the Harry Potter theme there. And I wanted to take the time and talk about the Marauders generation, like Snape, Remus, Sirius, James, Lily, Regulus, all of them. So, first things first, I'm going to start with Lily and end Snape, because I've got a lot to say about Snape that a lot of people aren't going to agree with, but I don't care. You'll just see. You'll see my point. But Lily Evans, or Lily Potter as we know her, yeah. We know that her family, all but her big sister, or little sister, I can't remember who's older, Petunia or Lily. Hang on. I'll find out. I'll find out in just a second. But Lily, but we know that she was accepted by her family, but not by her parents, but not by her sister. Because, as we hear that Petunia say, I'm the only one who saw her for what she really was, for a freak. And after she married that Potter kid and got herself blown up, she got what she deserved. Lily didn't have a hard home life because of her parents. It was her sister. And me being an older sister there, having someone that's supposed to be that close to you, that's supposed to support you, saying things like that, hurts a lot. I mean, I could never imagine that my sister would do that. But if she had, it would hurt a lot, because she's the one that lives with me, you know? She's supposed to be supportive and all. But I guess sometimes family relations aren't that great, as we see in others from the Marauders generation. But Lily finally, after her sisters told her she's a freak, she's not normal, she's not natural, but her parents are so proud that they have a witch in the family. So she's like thinking, is this a bad thing or is this a good thing? I don't understand. She meets Snape, who tells her that there are others like her, that he's like her. And that makes her feel better. A little better, because she finally made Lily, Snape was Lily's Hagrid, her introduction to the Wizarding World. And no, I'm just saying that Harry's introduction to the Wizarding World was Hagrid, and Lily's introduction to the Wizarding World was Snape, is all I'm saying. But as they started going to Hogwarts, when they get sorted into their houses, Snape makes a mistake that he regrets for the rest of his life. He calls her mudblood. And myself being Muggle-born, and yes, I took the quizzes, leave me alone, I'm Muggle-born. But that's not offensive to me. Like, I mean, I know I'm not living in horrible, prejudiced times like Lily and Snape were, but Snape pretty much lived in regret after that day. And J.K. Rowling said that Lily might have grown to love Snape if he hadn't got attracted to the dark arts and strayed from the path of good. Now, I don't know whether to believe that or not, but I mean, she created the universe, the wizard, this universe that I'm talking about. She created it. These are her characters. If she says that, I mean, I guess it can be true. But so we're gonna move on from Lily, because I've spent like 5 minutes talking about Lily Evans, and we're gonna go to Sirius Black and Regulus Black, because brothers, why not do it all at once? Sirius was the family black, the black family sheep. The family black sheep. However you want to say that, there's a joke in there. There's a joke in there that I don't know how to make it back to the seriousness that I want to. Oh, the puns, they hurt. Anyway, let's be real for a minute. Notice I didn't say serious there. I have to dye my hair. Anyway, he's the black sheep, I guess. Oh, it hurts. It hurts me. But he's the only, this was before Tonks was born, so not long before, but before. Well, long before, but you know what I mean. He was the only one in the member of the black family that wasn't in Slytherin house. And even Tonks' mother was in Slytherin house. But Sirius was the only member of the black family, except for Tonks, who was not in Slytherin. Tonks was in Hufflepuff. If anyone ever tells me that Hufflepuffs are useless, I will fight them. I will literally fight them. Because my sister is a Hufflepuff, Tonks is a Hufflepuff, Cedric Diggory was a Hufflepuff. And a little bit of a friendly reminder that if Harry hadn't been so reckless, he probably would have been in Hufflepuff. Probably. But he had this reckless bone from James. Anyway. Marauders, Sirius. So Sirius had it bad at home. Very bad. That he didn't believe in the blood war or any of that. He hated the prejudice that his family tried to force upon him. He didn't like it. And Sirius was a free thinker. And I don't think his parents liked that he was a free thinker. He wasn't setting an example for his little brother, as they'd say. Well, yeah, he was. He was setting the best example possible for Regulus. He took beatings, yeah. Possible unforgivable curses, I don't know, I haven't asked, but there are fan theories saying that his mother did use unforgivable curses on him, and that he went to live with James because of it, because James' mom found out. And, well, you can imagine. I just think James' mother was like Molly Weasley a lot, in the sense of, this poor little child, what have they done to him? We have to get him out of this situation. And the more I think about that, the more I think that James and his parents were what Ron and Molly and Arthur were for Harry. And a safe place. A place where he was accepted as he was, and he was loved as he was. Whereas at home, he wasn't. He was hated for what he was by his parents. And again, being a sibling, being an older sibling in this, Tonks. Sorry, I pulled up a search result as for Tonks' mother on what house she was in, but she, Sirius, right. Being an older sibling like Sirius, I can understand what he was doing. He was trying to let his brother see that there was more to life than... Sorry, I'm going to sneeze, forewarning you. But Sirius was wanting his brother to see there was more than life than the prejudice his parents were shoving at him. And he wanted a better life than that for Regulus. But when Regulus joined the Death Eaters, Sirius gave up on trying to help him, because Sirius was in the Order at the time that Regulus joined the Death Eaters by then. And so the first war for Sirius was horrible because he knew that his little brother was out there. That he knew that the Order was trying to kill his little brother. Or hurt his little brother. Now, me being a protective sibling that I imagine Sirius would have been, I wouldn't have let that happen. I would have been like, okay, look, my brother or sister or whoever is out there, you hurt them, you deal with me. Like, no, that's not, no, you don't, no. But I don't know. I don't know how Regulus was towards Sirius. I don't know how Sirius was towards Regulus. But this is just me theorizing what it was like for him and for them. And when Regulus died trying to defy Voldemort, I think Sirius... That's why Sirius hated Kreacher so much, I think. Because Kreacher let him die. Let his brother die. And I guess that's where I'm coming from saying that he was a protective sibling. Because, I mean, he hated Kreacher because... I don't think he hated Kreacher solely because he let Regulus die. I think he hated Kreacher because Kreacher didn't try to help him when his mother was beating him. Okay, I've spent 10 minutes talking about Sirius and Regulus. I'm sorry, I could spend all day talking about Sirius Black. So, to conclude that, we're going to move on to James. James Potter. The heir to the Potter fortune. Now, James... I mean, the glimpses of James we see through memories aren't what I think of when I think of James. I think of him trying to impress Lily by doing all these convoluted, stupid things trying to get her attention. And I mean, come on. Yeah, he was narcissistic. Yeah, he was a bit of a douche for a little bit. But honestly, who doesn't go through that douche phase? I mean, I did. I know a lot of people that have. So, James, we're talking about James, not Sirius. Sorry. James, I think that's what it was. He was trying to get Lily's attention the whole time. And okay, the big thing with Sirius bullying James bullying Snape, good Lord in heaven, why? Why do I keep saying Sirius? But James bullied Snape because of what he said to Lily. Because he called Lily a mudblood. James got more offended than Lily did and more angered at it than Lily did. So he called him out, he bullied him. No, I'm not condoning bullying. No, I don't condone that, but I know I'm making excuses for James, but I want you to see James the way Lily must have saw him in the end. And all through school, I think when Lily stopped him from lifting Snape in the air, I think that she was silently like, I think that was the point she realized he'd been trying to get her attention. Like, trying to be her hero. And James Potter was a mess. He was a mess. But he had a good support system. He had good morals in him, except for bullying Snape. Which, no, I don't think that was the route he should have went. Bullying is not the route he should have gone. He should have made known that Snape was not gonna condone, he wasn't gonna condone what was said to Lily. Alright. Okay, I've explained James enough, the way I see him, to move on to Remus now. Remus John Lupin was a broken shell of a man. Now, he was. I mean, there's no doubt in that. He had severe depression. He had depression. You know he did. You can tell. I mean, society viewed him as a monster for being who he was, and that I don't understand. I mean, yes, I understand why they would. Yes, he's dangerous once a month, but but every female on the face of the earth is dangerous once a month. Okay? What, you gonna outcast women next? I hate the prejudice against werewolves and muggle-born and muggles. It's like, hello, yes, get out. Take your prejudiced self and just get out. But Remus was a good man, all in all. The way he guided Harry through Prisoner of Azkaban, the way he made sure Sirius explained himself before doing anything too irrational. Sirius is irrational. But the way he made sure Harry knew the full story. Because Harry deserved to know the truth. Deserved to know who betrayed his parents. Remus Lupin he's one of those characters that you just want to shield with everything you've got because he's so broken. And I think I think that's what James and Sirius and Peter and Lily thought. Well, I guess that's what they thought because of how broken he was. They wanted to let him know that he had people that cared about him for who he was, and that it didn't matter that he was a werewolf. I think I love that they did that. I mean, Remus Lupin had a very good support system. Not just at home, at school, and everywhere else. Because he had Sirius and James and Peter, and Lily even, when Lily found out he was a werewolf. And the whole order, no one cared that Remus was a werewolf. No one did. I just wanted to make sure he was fed, and that it was known that he was loved for who he was, for all he was. Okay. Onward to Peter Pettigrew. I don't want to have to do this, because I'm going to get angry, just like I'm going to get angry with Snape. Peter Pettigrew was a rat. I mean, he was a rat. Come on. Remus was so smart, so clever. How did he not foresee that Peter Pettigrew was a rat? I mean, literally, his animagus form is a rat. Come on, guys. He was a rat from the beginning. I firmly believe that the only reason that they did not think that Peter would do anything because he was so meek when he wanted to be. No. Okay, Peter was worried about his own rear end. He was worried about covering himself, protecting himself. And he'd do anything to protect himself. Till the end. When he knew that what he did to Harry, what he did to James and Lily, what he put Sirius through. He knew. And what he put Remus through. Remus had no friends after that. After Sirius was put in Azkaban and Peter was dead, Remus had no one left. His parents were dead. What did he have? He had nothing. I think Peter realized what he put his friends through and left it alone. And he decided to own up to what he had done when he died. Peter Pettigrew was a cowardly, meek little rat. Okay? Yeah, I say meek, but you gotta be a little bit brave to approach the most infamous, powerful dark wizard of their time and ask for protection and tell him you could give him your best friends on a silver frickin' platter. To this day, if there's one character in Harry Potter that I'm glad that died, it would be Peter Pettigrew. I wouldn't have cared if Voldemort had lived. There are two characters in Harry Potter that I wanted dead more than I wanted Voldemort dead. And that was Peter Pettigrew and Dolores Umbridge. I'm still kind of mad that Umbridge lived, but hey, at least Pettigrew died. I hate Peter Pettigrew. I do. I don't care what you have to tell me about fan theories about Peter Pettigrew. I will never forgive Peter Pettigrew for what he did to James and Lily, and Sirius and Remus. He betrayed his best friends. He tore his best friends' lives to shreds. He left Harry orphaned and without someone in the wizarding world to take care of him. Because if Sirius hadn't found out that Sirius hadn't found out that Pettigrew was a rat that night, Sirius Black would have taken Harry in and taking Remus in that night. I don't like Peter Pettigrew, and I never have, and I never will. Ever since I learned what he did, that he tore everyone's lives apart. If it weren't for Peter Pettigrew, Voldemort would still be a shell. Voldemort would literally... No. If it weren't for Peter Pettigrew, they would have defeated Voldemort the first time around. Harry wouldn't have had to do it. He wouldn't have had to grow up without parents, without people that loved him besides the Weasleys and the people at school. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. We're moving on to Snape. Yes, he was bullied in school. By one person. Two. Serious. Two people that he had class with probably once a week or once a day. Come on, man. If I can go through 8 hours a day with at least one person in class that makes fun of me at least once an hour, once a day even, if I can get through that for 4 years of high school, you can get through that for 7 years of Hogwarts. And I don't even think he realized that his hatred ran so deep for James, that he let it run so deep that he couldn't bring himself to care enough about anyone, even Lily's son, because he was James' son. And that being said, I'll put it this way. The only reason Snape taught potions was because it was Lily's favorite subject. And I've seen fan theories about this. Snape, the Half-Blood Prince book, the potions book, all those little hacks and stuff in potions, not the spells and stuff that he created, were from Lily. From him watching Lily do things and writing them down in the book, so he would have them for future reference. I'm telling you now that yes, I understand that Snape was hurt. Psychologically, I understand it. But did he have to inflict that same pain into children? 11-year-old children? No, he did not. He had no right. Yes, he could silently hate Harry. He could have. Yes, he could have silently done it. He could have silently hated the world and tried to make himself a better person for Lily's sake. But no, he hated everyone. He hated everything. He hated his life. He hated himself the most. Yes. But did he do a thing to change it? No, he didn't. He didn't. He never would, and he never would. He never would. That's the thing with Severus. He would not. He wouldn't change who he was for anything. He wouldn't change it because, okay, there's a fan theory that in the afterlife when Snape dies, he sees Lily and he's happy for 2.6 seconds until she starts screaming at him for the way she treated children. Her son especially. And I can, as I said in the last video, the theory on Neville's parents dying when he killed the snake, I can't even imagine. I can imagine, I can, Frank and Alice beating the snot out of Severus Snape for the way he treated Neville, knowing what Neville had been through, and knowing that Neville had that much, get out! knowing that Neville had that much pain in him, just as much as he had when he was younger. He had no mercy. And for that, I think I'm done here, because I've gotten sufficiently angry. My face is starting to turn pink, so I think I'm gonna be done with this. There will be more Harry Potter content, there will be more fandom related content, like there will be more Marvel content in the future, more Percy Jackson content, Hunger Games even. There's just gonna be a lot of funny and serious and crazy content here, so